So I recently bought a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I know it's been out for 3 whole years, but I was holding off on it just so I could see how it would all play out. Look, I'm coming from a Wii U, so I know how depression feels like. Honestly, I still had the sour taste of Wii U in my mouth, and I jumped on that thing the first month it came out. But I digress. After spending almost a month with my Switch, I can safely say that this is my favorite Nintendo console. I would even go as far as to say it's my favorite console of all time, but it's not perfect. One of the things I was concerned about was the overall feel of the system in terms of quality, but I can safely say it feels premium and sturdy, and it's actually pretty damn comfortable to use in handheld mode, which was my other concern. Now, it might not be as powerful or output in 4K, but I feel like it will always have a leg up on the other consoles because it is portable, unlike the Wii U. I am recording this in March of 2020, and the Nintendo Switch library is so amazing. When I bought my Switch, I also picked up Super Mario Odyssey, which has been hours of fun with so much replay value. I already completed the main story, but it still has so much to do. I am like 3 hours into it and haven't even crossed the midway point. Truly an amazing game. But that's my point. The Switch library is full of those kinds of games, which by themselves make the Switch worth it. Like for example, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, just to name a few. One negative I did experience was the lack of a D-pad on the Joy-Con. But when you look at it from Nintendo's point of view, it makes sense. The reason for the lack of D-pad was to have both Joy-Cons have the same button layout, which is great for multiplayer games, and each Joy-Con can serve like its own controller. So honestly, what I do is always keep the Joy-Cons attached to the system, and I went ahead and picked up the Switch Pro controller, and that seemed to solve my issue. The Pro controller feels great, and is one of the best controllers Nintendo has ever made, but just a minor complaint is the $70 price tag. Damn, Nintendo. But in my opinion, it's worth it. I also bought Nintendo's online service, which for $20 I thought was pretty reasonable, and appreciated the extra perks it came with. I really don't want to go too much in depth, but I did want to highlight the NES and SNES backwards compatibility. So you get 26 SNES games and 52 NES games, which is greatly appreciated by many others and myself. Really, my point is that there's so much to do with the Switch, and many great games. Oh, I almost forgot Tetris 99, a Tetris Battle Royale, a game I have enjoyed way more than I thought. If you have a Switch, I would really recommend giving that game a try. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but one thing I really wish for is for Nintendo to add Nintendo 64 support. Now, I have no knowledge of video game programming, so I really don't know how hard that would be to actually pull off, but it would make the Switch that much more worth it, and even less likely would be to add GameCube support, but I'm almost confident that that would never happen. But hey, you never know with Nintendo. Just as a side note, many Switch owners have been experiencing Joy-Con drift, and after 1 month of heavy use, I have not experienced anything like that, but if anything changes, I will keep y'all updated. Anyway, if you have been debating whether to get a Switch or wait, I say go for it. It's worth every penny.